Welcome to the Entrepreneurial YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about our TURO business, a little bit of behind the scenes, kind of what happens on an average day. So, first thing I have up here that I wanted to look at is our overall rental calendar and what's coming in and what's going out. So, we've got quite a few trips going on right now, kind of because of the holidays. You'll see we got Thanksgiving here tomorrow. So most of our vehicles are booked during Thanksgiving, and we have trips that kind of end on the weekend after Thanksgiving or a couple days after on Monday or something like that. So today, Wednesday the 27th, we got a couple trips going on. In that, um, first we've got this vehicle, Mazda CX-5, just got picked up a few hours ago. Guest flew in from the airport, picked it up. They're gonna have it through Monday, and sounds like the guest was satisfied with the vehicle and is happy with it. They're on their trip. And then coming down here, we had two that were returned. 2011 Mazda 3 and a 2012 Toyota Camry. Both finished their trips today. And then another one was picked up early this morning, like maybe 9 a.m. 2012 Highlander. This is the very first vehicle we ever bought for our fleet, and it's still going and doing pretty good. Hoping we can get another year or so out of it. Actually, if you see, it's got one of the better schedules booked out so far for the next month or so. So that's the vehicles that came in and went out. Now these two that came in, our cleaning team is going to check in on them this evening, look at both of them, inspect them for damages or any other issues like were they smoked in or overly abused cleanliness wise. Then they'll run them through a car wash and clean them, vacuum, wipe down, etc. Prepare them for the next trip. This Camry has a trip actually starting tomorrow. Pretty good trip duration wise. It's a little over a week, might be 8 days long. And as of now, this Mazda 3 doesn't have a follow-on trip. Now I wanted to talk about some of the other things I worked on today, and part of that was the Hyundai Elantra. So this vehicle right here, this line, if you notice, it has no bookings at all. That's because we just got it back from the dealership this week and did a couple final preparations on it to get it relisted on Turo. If you've been following the car industry at all in the last year or two, a lot of Hyundais and Kias have had some pretty bad engine issues that have resulted in Hyundai particularly offering extended powertrain warranties because of these issues with the engines. So our Hyundai Elantra unfortunately got a bad engine knock. So we took it into the dealership. They inspected it and they're like, yeah, this qualifies for this particular issue that's under warranty. So it's been down for about 2 months now, which has been unfortunate. This sedan in particular has been one of our top performers since we bought it last year. I think around January or end of December of 2022. So we've had it. How many months is that? I guess about 2 years now, almost 2 full years, and it's done well. We've definitely made our money back on that investment, on that purchase of that vehicle. So yeah, it was down for 2 months between figuring things out with the dealership and then them waiting for the part. All things said and done, they put a new engine in it. I believe it's a remanufactured one direct from their factory, from the Hyundai factory. So hopefully it doesn't have issues. Trying to decide how much longer we'll keep this particular car because of Hyundai's engine issues. It does have some more warranty left on it, so might keep it as long as that warranty's there. But ultimately, probably won't be buying more Hyundais in the future because of this. Um, so got that vehicle earlier this week back from the dealership. Did a little driving in it of myself to make sure everything was good. A couple other inspections. Had a little chip in the windshield I took care of this afternoon, and then I dropped it off back at our parking lot. So it's now ready for its next trip after our cleaning team takes a look at it this evening. So just opened that calendar back up for it, and really glad to have this vehicle back listed and back on the schedule. Now I wanted to show two other things. If we look at listing status, this is within the Turo calendar. Let's look at all of our vehicles because we've got a couple that weren't showing up there. First one you'll note is the 2012 Honda Odyssey. This one is unlisted. We sold it. We bought it in May or April of 2022. So we had it just over 2 years, about 27, 28 months, and it performed really well. It was getting a little higher mileage, and cosmetically, guests weren't as excited about it. So we decided it was time to let that one go. So that's the first vehicle that we have the full life cycle of now, from purchase through substantial amount of bookings and mileage and maintenance and such put on it, through all the way to the end to the final exit on that vehicle. And I'd love to share more about that in the future if anyone's interested. I'll say we bought it for $14,000 and we sold it for $8,000. Put I think around 45,000 miles on it, and it was overall profitable. I'm happy with the numbers and how that came out. Next line here, you'll see no bookings. This one we have unlisted right now, or paused on Turo, because it is on a extended rental off Turo. We started doing some private rentals earlier this year. We're trying to shift some of our business that way off of Turo, and this one is on a longer trip. It's been out for nearly 2 months now, and that guessing tends to keep it for probably about 2 more months, or at least one more. So that's all of our vehicles there. Now, what else did I work on today? So I worked on that Elantra to get it back to the lot, and worked on some pricing. Have a few vehicles that have empty spaces in the next week or so. Repriced a little bit compared to other things, and also looked a little farther out at Christmas pricing. We've started getting a few bookings for around Christmas and New Year's, which is great. That's exciting. But we have a few vehicles that don't have anything yet. So adjusted some of those pricings to try to encourage some bookings there. Then the other thing I did was just kind of take a general look at how and where all of our vehicles are. So we put bouncy trackers in all of our vehicles so we can see where they are at all times. And with that, the biggest thing is I can see when they're moving and when they enter and exit our parking lot. So like to keep an eye on that, and the pricing. Last thing I'm going to do today is check in with our customer service team. We have a round-the-clock 24/7 team that helps us with interacting with our customers and making sure bookings go smoothly, and making sure the vehicles are cleaned and prepared between each trip. This is a virtual team. They do a lot of the behind-the-scenes back-end work and also the direct communication with customers. So some of the team we're still in a training phase, so they sometimes have questions as they're learning our processes and how we like things done. But overall, that's what we worked on today with our Turo rental car business. We have 12 active vehicles, and definitely looking to continue growing. Thanks for tuning in.